This is really this Libya thing is getting really bad. Now here's what Fox adds today. Let's see. Woods and Doherty, those are the CIA. They're the former Navy SEALs, and at least two others ignored the orders to stand down. They were told to stand down when they heard shots fired, and they radioed, and they were informed that by the higher ups that they were hearing gunshots, and the higher ups said yes, but they were told to stand down. An hour later, they called again, and they said, we're still hearing it, and they were ordered again to stand down. Twice they were ordered to stand down. Woods and Doherty and at least two others ignored these orders and made their way to the consulate, which at that point was on fire. Shots were exchanged. Quick reaction force from the CIA annex evacuated those who remained at the consulate and Sean Smith, who had been killed in the initial attack. They could not find the ambassador and returned to the CIA annex about midnight. At that point, they called again for military support and help because they were taking fire at the CIA safe house or annex. The request was denied.
It's unbelievable.
Third denial with just these guys. There were no communication.
And does it say why?
Mm-mm.
There's no mention of
no,
why.
No, but you know what? Here's what's important. There are good people in the military that are folding now and saying, I got to get out of this, man. I don't want anything to do with these guys are bad guys that are telling us to do these things. And it's starting to crumble.
Oh, and this is what the same decision the SEALs made there, by the way.
Yes.
Bad decision. Bad people are telling us not to go in there and help these guys. We're going anyway.
Yep. The request was denied. There were no communications problems at the annex. So anybody who says, well, they didn't know what was going on, there were no communications problems at the annex, according to those present at the compound. Wow. The team was in constant radio contact with headquarters. In fact, at least one member of the team was on the roof of the annex manning a heavy machine gun when mortars were fired at the CIA compound. If I'm not mistaken, the cable that came into the White House at 11:57 p.m., the White House was first informed that it was coming under attack at 4:57. At 11:57, it talks about mortars. Let's see. The security officer had a laser on the target that was firing and repeatedly requested backup support from a Spectre gunship, which is commonly used by U.S. Special Ops to provide special operations teams on the ground in intense firefights. They were denied. The fighting at the CIA annex went on for more than 4 hours, enough time for any planes based in Sicily, 480 miles away, to arrive.
And how about the aircraft carriers in the Mediterranean? Half an hour.
Listen to this. 2 separate Tier 1 special ops forces were told to wait, among them Delta Force.
Wow.
Special Operations Team, or CIF, which stands for Commanders in Extremis Force, operating in Central Europe, had been moved to Italy, but they were also told to stand down. A second force that specializes in counterterrorism rescues was on hand, according to senior military and intelligence sources. According to those sources, they could have been flown to Benghazi in less than 2 hours. They were the same distance to Benghazi as those who were sent to Tripoli. Spectre gunships are commonly used by the special operations community to provide close air support. According to sources on the ground, the special operations officer on the roof of the CIA annex had visual contact and laser pointing at the Libyan mortar team that was targeting the CIA annex. Gosh. So in other words, the Spectre ship, all he had to do is laser point. All you do is you take the laser, the ship is up above, it comes, it's got the guns, you paint it, boom, hit it there.
Yep.
Nothing.
Yep.
This is an outrage. This is not America, gang. There's a lot of Monday morning quarterback going on here, said Panetta, but the basic principle is you don't deploy forces into harm's way without knowing what's going on.
I mean, we know they
so
knew
then,
at least most of what was going on.
Well, I've got a pretty good handle on the cable.
I mean,
ask anybody who has ever been in the Situation Room. Ask anybody who's ever been around the President of the United States. Ask them. What would you be doing? What would you be doing if this is going on? The President of the United States, the first thing, as he gets that cable, He should say, what are our options? Nobody hands the President of the United States a cable like that from the Pentagon without saying, Mr. President, we've already dispatched a team. They're working on our options. We'll have options for you in 20 minutes. That's the first thing you say, because the President would say, what are the options? What's going on and what are the options? Sir, we are dispatching a drone to be able to get live video feed. We've got sources on the ground. They are gathering the information. I've already dispatched other teams. They are looking at our options. We have people that are being moved from Europe to Italy. We have the teams being assembled right now. I will have that for you within the hour or whatever it is, 2 hours. This was 7. 7. Anybody around the President of the United States, if I'm President of the United States and this happened and I didn't have a drone, I didn't have information, and it went on for 7 hours, I kick every single person in the State Department, in the CIA, and the Pentagon. I kick all of their ass and throw them out of the front lawn of the White House. Get your ass out of... You're telling me we spend... Hang on just a second. Let me just go get the federal budget for the Pentagon. How much have we spent on drones? How much have we spent on special forces? And you're telling me in 7 hours you can't get me the details of something where we have an ambassador sitting there and communication lines are open and you couldn't tell me what was going on? Get the hell out of my office. You're fired. That's what should have happened.
If that occurred. Of course, that can't possibly have occurred.
It didn't occur.
Yeah,
it didn't occur.
Right, it didn't.
It would require our military to be wildly incompetent.
Right, and all technology that we know exists that would not be in use. And by the way, in the last couple of days, we've spoken to a very high-level source who has confirmed that all of this is readily available in the Situation Room. All the stuff we've talked about, readily available. In use at any point, especially on September 11th.
At any point.